Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be expect, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. You don't talk about y'all. Basically, that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. How are you guys doing today? Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is well. Hope everyone is well. Happy Tuesday to you guys. Come on in. Let me say hi to the people before we get into it. We got some stuff to talk about today. All right, what's up, Chuck? Hey, Rock Chick, Lock Queen, Leslie, what's going on? Universal Goddess, Yolanda Morgan, what's going on? Ravine, Miss Jocelyn, Miss Bathing, Brandon, Alexis, Lovely Anola. What's up, Ravine? I love when you pop up at Busy's house on whether you like it or not. Now you want to know what we was talking about. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Let me finish saying hi. What's up, Quake, Atalia, Diamond Pearl Gem, Universal Goddess? Let me tell y'all something. And this is the real. You got your notification? Okay, good. What's up, girl? What's that tea? Let me tell y'all something. And let me be very, very, very honest with y'all about something. I knew trying to lean over and pick up that earpiece was not a good idea. You know how you think something in your head? For those who don't know what I'm talking about, on the Whether You Like It or Not panel last night, I fell out the chair. So if y'all want to go see something fun, I haven't even gone to look at it. I need to go look at it again. If y'all want to go see something funny, y'all go over to the Whether You Like It or Not panel last night on Scotty's channel. Probably I'll wait till you see me pop up. It happened real soon after I popped up. I knew, like, when the earpiece, it fell out my ear, right? And I saw it over there on the floor. And Busy was talking, so I didn't want to interrupt Busy. But the chair that I was in had wheels on it. And I knew that wasn't a good idea. But I was scared that if I didn't pick it up then, I was going to forget. And I was going to leave it over there. Well, Busy took forever to turn the camera off because he was trying to help me up, right? So to be fair, Busy's first response was, oh shit, let me help her get off the floor. And what happened was I wasn't all the way on the floor yet. Like the chair had tipped over, but I was holding myself up. I couldn't push myself up enough to be straightforward, but I was pushing myself up enough that I wasn't all the way on the floor, right? So that's why I was like, Busy cut the camera off so I can just let myself go and fall all the way on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was hilarious. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. Well, let's be clear. His reflexes were a little slow because, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot. So yeah, it was fun though. It was fun. It was all good. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. Like I literally couldn't do nothing but laugh. Like I could not stop laughing for a minute. I could not stop laughing for a minute. Oh my gosh, y'all. I still haven't. I need to go back and look at. I have not gone back to look at it. I said I was gonna do it today. I haven't had a chance. I've been running all day. So look, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Oh, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. But I knew that wasn't a good idea. I looked at that earpiece and I was like, this is not a good idea. But I did it anyway. Ravian, you said you want to know what we was talking about when we kept putting it on mute. Baby, everything. We were talking about a little bit of this. We were talking about Big Brother. He was telling me some other stuff, some work stuff. If we wanted to just say something else about the show, we would, I mean, I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. Like, what was I gonna do? If it had been somebody else, I'd laugh. You know what I'm saying? If that had been Scotty or I'd have laughed. What could I do? I said I done fell off the chair. I don't even remember. I don't remember saying anything. I just remember it happening. But anyway, if y'all want to see something real funny, going over to somebody will probably give y'all the timestamp. I don't have the timestamp, but you go over to the Whether You Like It or Not panel from last night over on Scotty by Nature TV's channel. Just fast forward to when you see me pop up on screen. It happens pretty early on. It happens almost as soon as I get in the room. So we frustrated the hell out of Casino. Why was we frustrating Casino? What up, T? We just getting started. You ain't got to go back, child. Yeah, it was about 30 minutes in. Yeah. So, all right, y'all, let me get into this. Now, listen, y'all been sliding in my DMs, sending me information on Jaquel Pitts, and y'all was like, we need to have an open panel. People were asking to have an open panel. So, listen, if we hit the goal, I'll drop the link. If we hit the goal, I will drop the link. If y'all want to talk about it, okay? Oh yeah, we absolutely were talking in the background. We were. Oh yeah, we was talking. Yeah, absolutely, we were. I mean, I can't lie. We were. Y'all, let me tell you what I realized yesterday, and then we're gonna get into these stories. What I realized yesterday was I thought I was leaving on Friday for Curacao. Y'all, I'm leaving on Thursday. So like I'm losing a whole day that I thought I had time to do other stuff. So today I've been out running errands. When I get off of here, I need to go get my nails done, but I said I'm gonna do my tribe meeting so I can run back out. Run back out because I can't decide where I want to go get my nails done. I do not want to go to the last two places I went. I really don't. So but every time I try, I don't know. I just been having a hard time with my nail situation. So I gotta go get my nails done today. I have the last load of clothes in the wash now of stuff that I want to pack. So once I put those clothes in the dryer, then I can probably pack tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's my cousin's birthday, so we're going out. I'm hoping it's lunch, but it might be dinner. But my plan is to be packed before I walk out the door to go wherever we going to. And then I've scheduled my Uber to come and pick me up at 5:30 Thursday morning. Well, I was going to check anyway, y'all, because I had to schedule my Uber. You know what I mean? And that's how I was like, let me schedule my Uber. And I looked, I said, July 30th. So yeah, I would have definitely checked because I wasn't driving to the airport. I needed to get an Uber. And because it's so early in the morning, I'm scheduling the Uber. It's at 5:30. I have to be at the airport at 6. So I'm scheduling my Uber for 5:30. So yeah. Yeah. Oh no, I ain't missing no flights. Nah, I definitely ain't missing no flights. But I just didn't realize. I don't know. I just thought I thought it was Friday. And I've been kind of dragging my feet on washing my clothes and all that other stuff too, because some of the stuff I want to take, I was like, I need to wash this, I need to wash that. So anyway, so that's my blooper for the week. But I trust and believe I was gonna be on that plane. So, you know. You need an earpiece with around the neck grand chain. No, what happened was my earpiece was in my ear. When I got to Busy's house, because I was listening to the panel. So when I got out the car, I had my earpiece in my ear so I could listen to the panel, so I knew what was going on when I got to Busy's house. And so when I was like, I'm here, surprise, I had knocked it out of my ear. So now I'm good on keeping up with my earpiece, but I had knocked it out of my ear and I saw it on the floor. And I was like, before I forget, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know me. Before I forget, and then I get home and be like, oh shit, I left my earpiece at Busy's. I was like, let me get it now before I forget it's there. Anyway, that's what had happened. But moving right along. Let's go ahead and get into these stories, y'all. Let's get into these stories. We're gonna save Tuskegee for last because I think that's another thing that if we hit the goal, I'll drop the link. Because I'm sure y'all may have something to say about this Tuskegee situation. So we'll get into that last. Where do we want to start first? Okay. Where do we want to start first? And it is on my to-do list. Me doing emojis is on my to-do list. I just don't know when I'm gonna get them done, but it is on. Once it's on my to-do list, y'all, I'm pretty good about getting it done once it's on the list. So it is on the list to do emojis for both channels. I'm gonna do the Mark Lamont Hill one. I know Pearl. Y'all want me to do Pearl. I'm gonna do the meme of Miss J. On the review channel, I'm gonna do the different shows that we review and maybe some of the people from the shows. So I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. All right. Let's start with Chris Brown. That's an easy one. So y'all may or may not know that Chris Brown, we were talking about Chris Brown in the tour the other day and then all that good stuff. So you guys may or may not know, Chris Brown owes $12.9 million to his former housekeeper, a woman by the name of Maria Avila, who was brutally mauled and disfigured by a 200-pound that's a Caucasian shepherd named Hades at his home in December of 2020. Her sister, who was also her co-worker, was awarded $885,000 for emotional distress, and Oscar, the husband, was awarded $50,000 for loss of consortium, I guess. Let me just give y'all a little bit. The incident, she was attacked while emptying the trash in late 2020, requiring multiple skin grafts and surgeries. Testimony revealed that Brown left the property before paramedics arrived to avoid a media frenzy due to his celebrity status. Brown claimed that the dog belonged to his security team rather than being a personal pet, though the defense's arguments were ultimately rejected by the jury. So I bring this up. Why? Why do I bring this up? Because they're saying now that the money he is making off of this current R&B tour that he's on may be garnished, I guess, to pay this judgment. And so going back to what I was saying about people paying to go see Chris Brown and supporting Chris Brown, you know what? Good for you. Good for everybody that paid the $300, $400, $500, $600, however much them tickets were, child, I don't know, dollars to go see Chris Brown and the meet and greet and the VIP and all those wonderful things that y'all did. Congratulations to you. Because now you are helping him pay this judgment to this woman who was mauled by his dog. Okay? All right. Good job. Okay. Hey, everybody coming in. Really, we need you to get rich so you can give us midday shenanigans. Listen, I'm telling you, if I could do this full time, if I was doing this full time, all the things that y'all are asking me to do, I could commit to. I just can't commit to this because I have so many other things. Oh, y'all, I got to do a members only because I need to vent. I need to vent about some stuff. We need to do a members only. I don't know when I'm going to do it. But, baby, I got to vent about some stuff because I went past my job today to talk to somebody. And I just didn't get some good news. I really need to find a job. Yeah, I need to stop talking about it and be about it. I really do. Because I don't think I can do this. We'll talk in members only. I'll vent in members only. Thank you so much. John Doe Black. Okay. The finger heart. I don't even know what that is, but thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. He should be responsible, but I still love him as an artist, and I'm going to see him next month. Everybody has a right to do what they want to do, spend their money how they choose to spend their money. You know, there it is. There it is. Everybody has a right. Everybody has a right. All right. Shout out to, let me get it right here. Shout out to Tasha Smith and Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama will be the executive producer of a new movie that's coming to Netflix. Tasha Smith is going to be the director. It will be starring Whoopi Goldberg, Jennifer Lewis, Vanessa Williams, the former Miss America Vanessa Williams, Vivica A. Fox. And the story is about, let me give y'all a little bit of a synopsis of what the story is about. The story is about Michelle Obama. Like I said, I told you guys she's going to be executive producing it. It is an original comedy called Women Like Us. It's a heartfelt film that brings together an all-star cast led by, I just told y'all that. The comedy follows a recently widowed woman who is convinced by her lifelong best friends and sister to spend what would have been her 30th wedding anniversary in the Hamptons. What begins as a weekend getaway evolves into an emotional journey of healing, friendship, and self-discovery, reminding the women that it's never too late to pursue dreams. The screenplay was written by Ali Kinney with additional writing from Tracy Oliver. Okay, and then it gets into all of that. Okay, so congratulations. We will definitely be watching that. Well, when I say we, I mean me. Well, and we'll talk about it here, but shout out to them. Y'all know how much I love me some Whoopi, and Jennifer Lewis is like right there. I love her. I love her. Don't give a fuck. Don't care. Say what I want to say. You can't. You know what I mean. I love that about Jennifer Lewis. She said what needs to be said, and and fuck your feelings. And I love that. I love it. I love it. So shout out to that. Well, again, I will definitely be watching that. If Lord, let me get it out. Let me get it out. Lord, what was I getting ready to say? My Jesus. It's gone. Was it about the movie? Whatever, we're gonna watch the movie. Shit, I don't know what it was. Chuck said I can't separate the actions from the artist. 99% of the time I can't either. I'm not gonna say 100% because there may be some people that I support and maybe they've done something egregious or something like that. But yeah, generally speaking, I know Chris Brown is one of the people that, again, for me, I can't separate it. You know what I mean? Chris Brown and the R. Kellys of the world and that kind of, certainly the Diddy's of the world, that kind of thing. But I'm not gonna, and I can't tell nobody else. We could watch it on Discord, T. We could do that. Oh, Angela and Viola. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, that would be a whole situation. Oh, I still can't stand Lionel Richie. Oh, because he cheated on Brenda. Brenda beat that girl ass. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Thank you. Gifted 10 memberships. Okay, hold on. I got to see who got these memberships. Thank you so much. Carl Whiteman. Hey, boo. Thank you. Hold on. Let me see who got these memberships so y'all can see me vent when I get into the chat. When I do my members only. I'm going to do a members only before I leave. I just can't tell y'all when it's going to happen. Hold on. Let me see. I really can't wait till I can see that over here. Hold on. Okay. Congratulations, DB. Nene Goat. Hold on. Nene Goat. Eileen S. It's Donna Marie. Dr. D. Samps. X Beauty Sparkles. Love and Skill. Life with Cricket, Sexy, okay, Sexy Ass 317, KBR, and Yana. Chuck, are you sure you have your gifts turned on? Because I don't understand how you never get one. Are you sure? Yeah, Chuck, you need to check your settings. Congratulations to everybody that got a membership. If you're here, please make sure y'all thank Carl Rainwright. And thank you so much, boo. Oh, KDK. Thank you, KDK. KDK and gifted a membership. Congratulations to, is that No Bias one? Thank you. Chuck, go into your settings and make sure you have it. You have to turn it on that you can receive gifts. Make sure you have it turned on. Make sure you have it turned on. Because it don't make no sense that you ain't never got one. Yeah, you are in here all day, every day. Your gifts are turned on. Yeah, again, I wish I could choose, and that's no shade to the people that get them. I wish I could choose, because there are people who are in here all the time who I would definitely say, here, give this person a membership, get it. But that is not an option. But I wish I could. I really wish I could. Wait a minute, KDK said that she personally sent you the Cash App, Chuck, to buy one. Uh-oh, I ain't in that. Oop, I'm gonna let them fight in the chat, honey. I ain't in that. So shout out to Michelle Obama. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Tasha Smith is a great director. She's directed a lot of great things, and we know that these women are all great actresses. So shout out to them. Robin Givens, I don't this may go in the category of shit we didn't ask for. I don't know if y'all care or not, but Robin Givens is set to join the cast of Cross for season 3. I still have not watched season 2 of Cross. Maybe I'll download that and watch it on the plane. Maybe that'll be my because I finished up Bridgerton on this trip. I did not realize I was that far behind on Bridgerton. Remember, y'all got stuck in the last season because I didn't like the whole Penelope storyline. I really didn't. It ended well. I mean, I didn't see the ending coming. It definitely gave me a different twist, but I got frustrated because I thought I knew where it was going, and I ain't like the direction it was going in, so I stopped watching. So I didn't watch the whole last season of Bridgerton. So I watched basically the whole season of Bridgerton. On the plane on my trip. I watched season 1 across. I haven't watched season 2. Yeah. So maybe I'll download. See, I did download The Polygamist, so maybe I'll finally watch that. I never got around to that on the plane. Like I said, I watched Bridgerton, and when I wasn't watching Bridgerton, I was asleep. So maybe I'll watch The Polygamist and I'll download Cross. Because I'm gonna plug up my devices today. So maybe I'll download that. Okay. Cassie has a little bit of a win in court, you know. Cassie has a little bit of a win in court. According to y'all know Cassie is being sued. I believe it's 2 different lawsuits by former escorts. They basically said, hey, you were a part of it. It wasn't just Diddy, it was you too. And they have sued Cassie. Well, Cassie won. She had a little bit of a victory in court today. It says that according to court documents, a federal court judge sided with Cassie and dismissed all claims against her brought by Clayton Howard. The order does, however, give him the opportunity to amend some of his claims to potentially revive a portion of the case against Cassie. So the judge threw all of it out, but said this, and this. If you fix it, then I may look at it. But as this stands, as the way this is written, as it stands, y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go. Yeah. I like the way it ended, Tam. I do, but I just got stuck in it and I lost interest. I was like, but I do like the way it ended. And I like the last season, the whole Cinderella story. Like I mean, after like the second episode, I knew where it was going. But I loved it. I thought they did a really good job with it. And even Lady Bridgerton, her storyline with the dude with what's the face's brother, that didn't go. That was interesting. I like that was an interesting situation too. So it was a good season. Hey everybody coming in. T-gray eyes. Hey, what's up, girl? Love and let me see, what's it? Lavender Ghost. Am I saying that right? Lavender Ghost. Hey, girl or guy. Um, yeah. So there's that. Yeah. So there's that. Okay. So shout out to Cassie for that. Let's get into a little bit of this Bravo news, and then we're gonna get into some of these more serious storylines. We have an update on the David case. We have Bimini, Eric Bimini situation. Um, Nolan Wells is a lot. And then the Tuskegee conversation. So let me get into this. Let's get this Bravo stuff out of the way. Baby, PK and Dorit are still fighting. Okay, PK and Dorit are still fighting. Um okay. So they are still fighting over this house. They are still in court. Now Dorit has responded to what PK said, and basically Dorit said PK is out here spending money all willy-nilly instead of taking care of his family. He agreed to pay the mortgage, and he needs to just go ahead and do it. Let me read y'all according to TMZ what the people done said. Okay. Dorit Kemsley claims that her estranged husband, PK, is refusing to pay the mortgage on the home where she lives with her children, and she is asking a judge to shut down his manufactured emergency. Dorit's powerhouse attorney, Samantha Spector, filed a bombshell court doc denying PK's claims that she has been spending big on designer clothes while ignoring mortgage payments. The reality star said PK is the one who failed to pay the bills after promising to do so. She said PK moved out of their marital home in May of 2024 and agreed to pay the mortgage and other expenses in lieu of paying formal child support. Ooh, PK. She said that she only learned the mortgage wasn't being paid when foreclosure notices started coming in. I don't think I agree with that, Dorit. Girl, they been told you that your house was in foreclosure. You tried to say it was in pre-foreclosure. Girl, no. Anyway, Dorit believes that PK earns $2 million a year with other sources of revenue outside of the United States, and he has over $400,000 in the bank. She said the law was never intended to permit the slate of hand that PK is weaponizing to render his wife and children homeless. Dorit wants PK's request for a home to be sold denied. So PK wants to sell the house and get something cheaper. She doesn't want to sell the house. Okay. Dorit labels PK a runaway spender, despite his claims that she's the one spending like crazy, and now seeks to render their children homeless. In her docs, Dorit said PK outspent her on personal expenses, pointing to the $750,000 he recently spent over the course of several months. She said he dropped $360,000 on travel, $55,000 on clothing, including Hermes and other luxury stores, $75,000 on meals and dining, and $160,000 in Venmo and Zelle payments to third parties, and $103,000 in cash withdrawals. What in the fuck are y'all doing? The Real Housewife, PK, you can send me some of them Zelle payments. I don't even have Zelle, but I would set Zelle up if you gonna add me to that shit. Oh, how I want to be in that number when the Zelle payments rolling in. I mean, damn. Sheesh. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star asked the court to deny PK's request to immediately sell the home. She said PK should use his money to make payments to get the mortgage current so she and her kids don't have to move. Dorit is asking the court to award her $21,000 per month in child support. and $22,000 per month in spousal support. And she wants $347,000 in retroactive support payments. That's what she said. Well, if they're going through a divorce, the attorneys can get that. The attorneys get the court get their bank statements. That's how they get that information. They get it from the bank. She also wants PK sanctioned to the tune of $40,000 for his behavior in court. Now, I don't know what he did in court, but okay. The reality star also addressed his claims that she spent crazy on clothes. Dorit said she bought the clothes for filming of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She said she spent $270,000 for season 15 and $500,000 on previous seasons for around $713,000 over a 26-month period. But Dorit said she has to be camera ready for the show and the expenses are necessary. She said the amount PK listed also did not account for many of her charges being later refunded or credited back to her account, as much of the wardrobe and accessory purchase are returned to the store as they do not fit or are otherwise unsuitable. Dorit's attorney added rather his financial struggles are invoked only when he is asked to support his wife and dependent children. The evidence, however, demonstrates that this proportionate financial emergency is not the product of financial necessity, but rather of PK's own decision making. First of all, this paragraph that says that you take a lot of that stuff back, that actually goes back to a lot of the storylines that that was one of the things that people were saying about Dorit, that Dorit is one of the people that buys and returns. You know, buys, wears, returns. Because remember, the rumor was that she was banned from shopping at, I think, Neiman Marcus or something, because they said she had too many returns. Y'all remember when that rumor came out a few years ago? That they said she had too many returns. That's what it sounds like. Moving right along. Now let's slide over here to the Real Housewives. To Married to Medicine. They say that it looked like Sweet Tea and Dr. Gregory might be done, because they said that she has removed him from all of her social media and that both of them have unfollowed each other. Now, let me say this. I'm going to be honest, and I've told y'all this before. In this day and age, knowing what we know about social media and how people watch social media, when y'all do stuff like that, y'all want us to know. Like, you going through your Instagram and deleting your husband from all of your Instagram, you want people to know that something's going on. If y'all wanted to keep y'all business private, you would keep your business private. Now, let's be clear. You have a right to do with your social media whatever you want to do with your social media. You have a right to delete people, remove people, and all of the things. But if you don't want people speculating about what's going on until you make an announcement, just keep that shit, just keep it what it is. But when y'all do stuff like that, what that says to me is you want us to talk about it, you want us to know. Now, to be fair, I don't think it's too many people that's surprised. I really don't think it's too many people that are surprised at what's happening. I wonder if they would reach out to her to be on the show so they could get all of the tea and the drama. I wonder if she would do it. What y'all think? Do y'all think Sweet Tea would come back to Married to Medicine? I feel like if they are going through it, they might have just had a real bad fight, child. Who knows? But if they are going through a divorce, Sweet Tea seemed like the type of person, and let me be clear, I don't know this woman personally. This is not a personal indictment of Sweet Tea. This is just my opinion. But Sweet Tea seemed like the kind of person that when she done with you, I feel like Sweet Tea will have a mad day. She seemed like the type of person that'll have a mad day. What y'all think? I think she'll come down here and tell it. Y'all think she might go on Carlos King and tell it? Well, y'all know she left her job. She made that announcement a few months ago that she left her job at the government. Now, she might be one of those people whose jobs was eliminated under Doge. You know what I mean? She may not have voluntarily left because y'all know she worked for the government and she worked up here in D.C., but she was remote. So she moved to Atlanta because she was, working remotely. But she might be one of those people that was affected by this stupid Doge shit. You know what I mean? But she did. Now, that doesn't mean she doesn't have a job. That just means she left her government job. That don't mean she's not working. And, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying she don't have a job. She said she was forced to leave because they made them come back. Yeah. Okay. That's what it was. Okay. Thanks, Quake. Yeah. She made it clear before she don't like Carlos. Well, there's a lot of other people she could go interview with. I mean, I know she's cool with a few people that she could go. She could do a speak on it with Candy because I know Candy's producer for Speak on It was also her producer. Remember Jamie? The lady that y'all remember when she was doing her reviews and stuff like that during the season? She was working with Jamie. That's the same person that does Candy's Speak on It. So she could do Speak on It. I mean, as long as her and Jamie still have a good relationship, which I think they do. I haven't heard anything about it being an issue. But I definitely, yeah, me too, Raven. I think Sweet Tea would tell it. If they are done, like for real, like divorce filed, and if he do her like he did Quad or try to do Quad, I could absolutely see her saying, "You want to know? Let me tell it." Fulton County would tell us soon enough. You're right. You're right about that. Scotty, right. Scotty still has a good relationship with her. He sure does. He sure does. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Now let's hop on over here to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then we're gonna get into some other stuff. Let's hop over here to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me tell y'all something. Angela and Ashley in this whole situation. Now, I know that some of y'all feel like Angela was vindicated by what happened Sunday night. I am not one of those people. I don't think that anything that happened on Sunday night vindicates Angela in any way, shape, or form. But okay. Y'all, some of y'all really was bending over backwards into a pretzel and trying to say that Angela was vindicated. Okay, whatever. I'm not one of those people that feels like Angela was vindicated. Okay, moving right along. Okay. Baby, Ashley done dropped down on her social medias, honey. And Ashley done told the people, hold on, let me get to it, honey. Let me get to my screenshot, honey. Ashley done dropped down here on the social media. And Ashley said, it says, George's wife responds to Sunday's episode with ring footage of Angela coming by their home before Shamir's party. So this is allegedly the screenshot from the ring cam footage of Angela. It says, I'm hearing vindicated when I have ring footage of her coming to my house on Halloween night before filming to see how I respond to this foolishness. So I'm assuming that what Ashley is insinuating is that Angela, hold on, let me go over to her social media. Let me go to her Instagram and see if she done added some more to this. Hold on. Hold on, what this lady name? Ashley Byram. Okay, let me see if she done added anything else down to her Instagram. Let me see. Ashley by Rum. Oh shoot. I guess this is her right here. Hold on. Let me make sure this is her. Yep, this is her. Okay. So let me see. All right, let's see if she added anything else. Girl, okay. It says, girl, you still ain't vindicated. Be careful joking around about Angela is a sworn testimony at this point. I see the landscaping and paint crew been busy though. Oh, I guess she's talking about the house. Okay. She said them edits make y'all forget about real life. So this is the hold on, this is the ring cam footage. Angela is knocking on the door. That is Angela. That's Angela walking in the house, honey. Now she don't have on her. Let me see. Hold on, let me see. It does have the date. Hold on, let me see. The timestamp, it says October 31st, 2025. That's what the timestamp say. So I guess she's saying that Angela came over to the house to see what they were going to say on camera, I guess, so they would know how to address it, I guess. I guess. Let me tell y'all something. It feels like Ashley and her husband just want to be on the show. Well, let me be fair. Angela brought them on the show. Like, are they enjoying their 15 minutes? I mean, maybe. But Angela brought them up. Like, it's not like Angela put their name up and Shamia did what I would have done. If you gonna say that I said this and I did that, I'm going straight to the source. If I have their phone number and I have a way to contact them, I'm going straight to the source. But remember, it looks like somebody reached out to Ashley and told Ashley what was being said. Because the message that she sent Shamia, remember the message that she sent Shamia said, I heard y'all were talking about me or something like that. Remember her original text message, the first line that we saw said, I heard y'all were talking about me. Let me set the record straight and let me clear it up or whatever like that, right? So it sounds to me like somebody told Ashley, hey girl, you might want to get in front of this because we just filmed the whole scene where they said your husband is sleeping with Shamia. That's what it sounds like. Now, I believe it was Phaedra. I know I feel like I blame Phaedra for everything, but I just feel like everything is Phaedra's fault. I believe it might have been Phaedra, but somebody in that room sent Ashley a message. Because remember, Shamia didn't even have that lady number in her phone. The lady had to say, hey, Shamia, it's me. It's Ashley, George's wife. Shamia didn't even have that lady number locked in her phone. So they might be enjoying their 15 minutes. Maybe not. But they didn't start it. They didn't go to nobody. They didn't say, hey, film me, at least as far as we know right now. I mean, this could all be a setup between Angela and them to get them on the show. You know what I mean? This could all be, a scheme set up by Todd to come nuts with the bullshit. We don't know. But from where we sit, it doesn't look like they started it or it looks like they're defending themselves. And I feel like they have every right to. If people are, because listen, at the end of the day, we already know how that shit go. People remember what was said. People don't what was said first. People don't remember what was said second. So the story is out there that this man is cheating on her with Shamia. Get in front of it, address it, resolve it. I'm not mad at her for doing that. And for Angela to go over that woman's house, that means that Angela must know she was going to film. Angela knew she was coming to that party. which is why Angela was on go and kept talking over everybody and kept trying to change the narrative. But what did I say? That's not what I said. I just asked the question. But we all know what the insinuation is. We all know what the insinuation is. And somebody in the chat, I don't know if it was last night or in my chat Sunday night, was like, but all she did was ask a question. What's the big deal about asking a question? Because the insinuation, when you ask somebody a question like that, that insinuation is deeper. And let's be clear, Shamia answered the question. People just didn't like Shamia's answer. Shamia said, no, I didn't sleep with that man. What are you talking about? Shamia said it. She said it a million times. But people act like they didn't hear Shamia say, no, I never slept with that man. No, I haven't slept with that man. No, I'm not sleeping. Like, people act like they didn't hear her answer. She did answer the question. But that's not the problem. The problem is, why would you even bring it up? Like, it came out of nowhere. Like, out of nowhere, Angela was like, are you sleeping with George? What? And I'm not even mad at Shamia for inviting them to the party. Why not? Again, why not? It happened on camera. Let's clear it up on camera. Let's hear from the horse's mouth. Let's hear from the horse's mouth. It does. I think it does matter, Italia, because again, words mean things. And again, I'm not saying this is the worst thing that's ever happened on the Real Housewives at all. But I think Shamia has a right to defend herself. Right. Angela has been saying that she's sleeping with everybody, but the flip side of that is she has a right, in my opinion, she has a right to defend herself and say, y'all know this is some bullshit. Baby, but that's the Bravo Roundup, honey. That is the Bravo Roundup. Now, let me tell y'all something. Shout out, is 148 of y'all in here. Now, I don't get as many people watching during the day because I'm sure people that used to be coming on at 6:45, and I understand that. So if you're catching this on the replay, a lot of y'all are catching the replay, which I appreciate y'all watching the replay. If you have a hype, can you hype the video, please? If you have a hype, can you hype the video? We need 493 subscribers for us to get to 20K. Okay. I want to get to 20K before the end of the year. Can we get 400 subscribers in 6 months? Well, really 500. Can we do it, y'all? Can we do it? That means I got to put a little extra, I got to put some extra oomph in it. But, can y'all hype me up? That pushes me up in the algorithm. If you catching this on the replay, if you could do that for me, I appreciate y'all. All right, now let's flip the switch a little bit. Let's get into some more serious things. Look. This Nolan Wells situation, and this is why I didn't really want to talk about it, because I feel like once I start talking about it, then I got to keep talking about it. Let me say this about the Nolan Wells situation. It's a lot of information right now. And like I said the other day, I'm going to keep saying that until information changes. I'm not going to say that those people unalived him. What I am going to say is they know, in my opinion, they know more than what they're saying. And they moving funny. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say they know more than what they are saying, and they moving funny. We have heard the 911 call about the boat being towed. Somebody allegedly separated the audio, and allegedly you can hear them saying he's dead and calling his name and things like that. I say allegedly until it's verified by some sort of expert. I mean, online is online. All kinds of things can be manipulated and said. Until it's official from official channels, I don't know. I mean, if the audio is real, it is very damning. If the audio is real, it is absolutely damning. But the reality is we just don't know. We know what is being played online. you know. You said no. I'm saying we know Angela has been accusing her of sleeping with everyone. So Angela playing work at. Oh, I got you. I got you, boo. I got you. Then we found out that there are witnesses that say, hey, they saw him on Horn Island after the boat left, allegedly. Then I've heard that the 911 call where there people are like, oh, they don't even sound like they're panicked. Well, when I heard the call, they did sound like they were panicked to me. Then they said that the I saw a video where they said that where they said the boat was located was shallow water. It wasn't even deep water. Like it's so much out there, you guys. I personally, I feel like it's the same thing with the what's that young man's name? Carmelo. I feel like I just want to wait. I want to sit down and I really want to wait. I do believe, again, what my stance is, those kids know more than what they're saying. What it is that they know, I don't know. What actually happened, I don't know. But do I think they know more than what they are saying? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think they know more than what they're saying. Some things, the way they're moving makes no sense to me. I told y'all the other day, and now I ain't going to change on that. We know kids these days, young adults, whatever word we want to use for them. And yes, people change their mind. He could have said, y'all go ahead. I'm going to stay here for a little while. He may have known other people on the island. Maybe it was a girl he was checking out. That absolutely could have happened. Great. But what the part you lose me is the fact that y'all still had his phone. Y'all still had the car keys. And at what point were y'all going to be like, oh shit, how he going to get home? Oh snap, he don't have his phone. These kids do not separate themselves from their phone. So the fact that I would feel like Carmelo 5 minutes after being on the island would have realized, shit, I don't have my phone. I said Carmelo. I'm sorry. Y'all, Nolan Wells. If he knew other people on the island, why wouldn't he ask somebody, yo, can I use your phone? I need to call my man's because my phone is on the boat. Why wouldn't he call somebody else? If he was on the island and his ride just left, how was he going to get home? Who else did he know on the island that was going to give him a ride home? Like, what's up, Miss French Kiss? Like, was he going to swim? And I'm not even saying that to be funny. Like, there are questions that I don't understand. And then when you found out his parents were looking for him, why didn't anybody go and say, here's his phone? You know, we left him on the island. I didn't realize I had his phone until I got home, you know, but I thought he didn't, you know, ain't nobody hit me up. I was going to bring it to you in the morning. When the father went by the house to get his car, why were y'all playing games about the car keys? Now they're saying, and again, I've heard different stories, so that's why I really try not to get into the minutia. Maybe messages were deleted, maybe they weren't. That part, I don't know. You know, but it just, you're moving funny. You're moving funny. So I'm not saying, because I'm not going to sit here and say that those kids did something to him, but I believe, this is what I truly believe, I believe they know more than what they're saying. And again, they're moving funny. That's all. That's how I feel about it. I know the parents are so frustrated and confused. It's heartbreaking, right? Because you have to keep dealing with this every single day. Every day you turn on the TV, it's something else. It's something else. It's something else. And you know, the reality is they know more than we know because, well, I ain't gonna say they know more than we know, but the internet is full of a lot of theories and conspiracies and people saying what they want to say and making all these videos every day. So they probably have more information. You know what I'm saying? It's the things being deleted off his phone that lets me know something happened. Well, has that been confirmed, or is that what the belief is? I know that I heard. See, that's what I'm saying. Has it been confirmed? Have they done a forensic analysis on his phone to confirm that messages were deleted? Young men, what am I calling them? I thought I called them young adults, but if I didn't, they're young men. Oh, Quake, kids tell each other their phone, the code to their phone. My students do it all the time. They know the code to each other's phone. They have each other's location. They know each other. They know where they are at all times. They share their location with each other. Child, they tell all their business. Because I'm like, what's the purpose of you having a code on your phone if you're gonna give it to everybody? So his friends probably knew. At least one of his friends probably knew the code to his phone. I'm telling you, they share it all the time. Oh, I keep calling them boys. Okay, young men. No, I didn't. Baby, I know you weren't trying to be rude. Absolutely not. I didn't take it that way. His mother confirmed the phone was face recognition. Well, that's like with me. I have face recognition on my phone, but I also have a code. I can do either one. And I don't know what kind of phone he has, and I don't know how his phone is set up. But I can pick my phone up, and it'll recognize me, and it'll open up. But if I don't have my glasses on, or if it's too dark, I have to put my code in. So there are other options. Again, depending on how his phone is set up. All I have is an iPhone. I don't know nothing about Androids. If he had an Android, but on my phone, again, it could be locked. And the minute I pick it up, it'll open if it recognizes my face. But if it doesn't recognize my face, I still can put my code in and open my phone up. Baby, my nephew opens my phone all the time. My nephew opens my phone all the damn time, okay? Because he don't forget numbers. He know the code to my mama number. Oh, Lord, here go that Markel boy with the bees in my chat. Boy, don't make me come and get you. Now, I don't have the fingerprint on my phone. I know some people have the fingerprint on their phone. I don't have. I have it on my MacBook. I have the fingerprint on my MacBook, but I don't have it on my phone. My nephew can open up my phone, my mother's phone, and both of his parents. He can get in all our phones. When my mother got sick that time, I don't know if y'all remember. It's maybe about 2 years ago now, when my mom she got sick and we had to call the ambulance and stuff for her. She was on her way to the hospital, but she had left her phone, and we couldn't remember the code to her phone. And my sister asked my nephew what the code was, and he was younger than, like I said, that was a couple of years ago. So he was like maybe 5 or 6 then. So he couldn't remember it like AB, like 1, 2, 3, 4. But my sister held up the phone to him and was like, put grandma's code in. And he was like, and it opened right up. So he couldn't remember the number to tell us the number, but he absolutely could put the number. He knew to put it in. He knew what to put in. So yeah, again, I where I stand on it is I definitely feel like something happened. I mean, well, we know something happened. But I think those kids know more. I'm sorry, I just called them kids again. I think those young men know more. Absolutely, I believe they do. And I'm gonna tell you, the one that's gonna get them in trouble is the one that's out here doing interviews and shit. He the one that's gonna get them in trouble. Cause see, the one smart thing that the majority of them are doing is shutting the fuck up. But that one right there, he gonna be the one. He can't. There's no reason why he's doing interviews. There's no reason why he's saying anything. Absolutely none. He should not be saying anything. There's no reason for him to be. Now, let's be clear. I want him to keep talking. Please keep talking. But there's no reason why he should be. And he gonna be the one. Because sometimes you're saying stuff that you don't even realize you're telling on yourself because you're talking. I was looking at one of my true crime stories. Yesterday, and it was snapped. It was a snapped episode, the one from Sunday, where the guy, he was a police officer, and his family found his body, and it was staged to look like he took himself out. The scene was staged, and they soon realized, because both of his parents he was a cop, but his father was a cop and so was his sister. And as soon as they went, they knew, they were like, because the right hand, left hand, like they figured out. And so of course then the police were like, oh yeah, nah. Well, his ex-girlfriend, the one who actually had done it, she sent a text talking about, oh my goodness, I heard about, I don't know the man, I don't remember his name, let's call him Bill. I heard about Bill. I heard he was shot in the head. Is everything okay? And that's what made her a suspect. You know why? Because they hadn't said what happened to him. They said he was dead, but they didn't say what happened. It wasn't public yet. They were like, how she know he was shot in the head? We didn't say how he died. It wasn't public information on how he died. But because she was doing this, now you a suspect. Now let's be clear, they probably would have caught her anyway because, you know. But that's what made her the suspect. So keep talking. Do all the interviews you want to do. He's been caught in a lie already. First, he said he was left with the girl, and then he said when he got on the boat. Child. Keep talking, baby. Keep talking. Tell it. Tell your story, honey. Do 20 more interviews. Do 20 more interviews, baby. All right, so that's my 2 cents on the Warren. On the Nolan. I said Warren. See, y'all got me calling that boy Warren. Nolan Wells situation. And again, we'll talk. The more that comes out from legitimate sources, we will talk about it. Y'all know we're gonna be following this case. I mean, unfortunately, you know, it ain't going nowhere, in my opinion. It's not going anywhere. So we'll be following the case, you know. The updates in the David case. So the judge decided that there's enough evidence for this to go forward. So David will stand trial for the unaliving of Celeste Rivera. I don't think that was a shock to anybody. I think you would have to be a fool to not think that this case was going to go to trial. I mean, you would have to be living in so I think we all kind of knew that was the direction that this was going in. The other thing that came out in court, which again is no shock to any of us, is that the detectives testified that the family very much knew of this relationship and was okay with it, encouraged it, supported it. But we knew that already, didn't we? We knew that already, didn't we? They also said that there were text messages from Rivera's to David the day before she went missing, where she was threatening to unalive him, and she was threatening to ruin his career because she found out that he was messing with another girl, and basically she was threatening to tell the world that they were in a relationship, a whole underage, situation. Mm. Oh, it absolutely doesn't justify anything. Let's be clear. The parents being bad ain't shit parents, which is what I'm gonna call them, absolutely does not justify anything. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But what I will say is maybe, just maybe, because again, we don't know the whole story, but maybe, just maybe, if they had been a little bit more vigilant in her life, maybe she would still be here. Maybe. Tracy said that the parents signed off on her going to London. Isn't that what I've been saying? I've been saying I don't understand how she got on a plane on an international flight without the parents knowing. I've said that even going back to when we first were talking about this case and we found out they traveled internationally together. I said, how the hell did a 14-year-old get on a plane without? And I said, at the very least, a signature was forged. But the reality is, how the hell she get on a plane with a whole passport and travel internationally without the parents knowing? Why does it stress you out with me saying Rivera's instead of Rivas? Sorry, I'm saying it wrong, but please don't let that stress you out. It's not that serious. I think David was passing the parents money. I could see that. I could see that. I could see that. And I'm gonna be honest, because of the brutality of what happened to her, I feel like the police aren't going to go after the parents. But I think they probably should. Especially if there are other children in that house. Are there other minors in that home? I think they should go after the parents. I absolutely believe they should go after the parents. In my opinion. To me, if she went to London, if she had a relationship with this guy, this man, and she was still here to tell her story, would CPS pursue the parent? Because again, I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying before. I honestly, in my opinion, I honestly think the only reason why they reported that girl missing is because of school. I honestly think the only reason why they reported her missing is because of the school. That girl wasn't going to school, and the school was calling, and the school was like, "What's going on?" And they probably threatened CPS or the social worker was calling or something. I honestly think that's why they reported her missing. That's my opinion. I can't prove it one way or the other. I would need more information to draw a actual conclusion, but that's my opinion. Knowing how the schools work, understanding that girl was back and forth running away. Like, she ran away multiple times. So what made this time different that the parents would decide to report her as a missing person? I think because of school. Or did the money stop? Maybe the money stopped. Maybe. Maybe. But that's the update. We'll come back around to this when the actual trial starts. We'll come back around when the actual trial starts. Some sad news coming out of the NFL. Let's get into it. Eric Bimini, he used to coach here in for the Washington team. He now works at Kansas City. But what happened? Let's start with yesterday, and then we'll kind of give us updates. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me start at the beginning because this article sort of starts with the updates. Let me go back to what actually happened and then we'll get to the update. And they still live here in Virginia. So this incident happened in Virginia. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right, wife of Chiefs Eric Bimini, allegedly shot by the couple's son in their home. The wife of Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bimini was allegedly shot by the couple's son Sunday night in the family's home in Virginia. Mia Bimini, 57, was hospitalized but in stable condition on Monday. Police in Loudoun County, Virginia, confirmed that a woman was being treated for serious injuries from multiple gunshot wounds but did not disclose her identity. Elijah Zion Bimini, 27, was arrested and charged with malicious wounding, use of a firearm, and commission of a felony and discharge of a firearm inside of a dwelling, according to Loudoun County Sheriff's Office. It says that Mia was shot in her chest and in her arm. Eric Bimini left Chiefs training camp and was not in attendance for Monday's practice. Well, we know that. I mean, he's heading home, I'm sure. So I guess him and his family stayed in the Virginia area after he left the Washington team. All right, so here's a little bit of an update. Let me guys read you this update. Because Loudoun County is where a lot of the Redskins players live because their practice facility is out that way. All right, a key new detail has emerged in the investigation into the shooting involving Kansas City Chief coordinator Eric Bimini's family. Loudoun County Sheriff Mike Chapman confirmed that Mia was the person who called 911 after she was allegedly shot, what authorities have described as a domestic disturbance in the family's Ashburn, Virginia home. Authorities have charged the couple's 27-year-old son, Elijah, in connection with the incident. He remains in custody without bond while the investigation continues. Chapman was the alleged victim, contacted emergency responders herself after she was shot multiple times. She had called, and the mother we know had called in the shooting, and it was involving her son. So that's where we're at right now. That's according to the sheriff. Although Chapman did not identify Eric or Mia by name during the interview, he confirmed Elijah was in custody. Earlier reports stated that Mia suffered gunshot wounds to the chest and the arm and was listed in stable condition after undergoing treatment. Chapman also said that investigators have not identified any previous incidents at the family's residence. I am not aware of any, but we're going to conduct that research, he said, when asked whether deputies had previously responded to the home or whether Elijah had prior arrests. The sheriff said detectives are continuing to piece together what led to the shooting. We have to go through the entire investigation to find out exactly where everybody was and what everybody did and what prompted it, how it all transpired, but we are investigating right now. According to Loudoun County, Elijah faces 3 felony charges: malicious wounding, use of a firearm. We just read that. He's being held without bond. So look, y'all. Look. I don't know what's going on with these kids. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about this family, so I'm in no way, shape, or form indicting anybody. I'm not. So let me be clear. But I don't know what is going on with these kids. I mean, as an educator who deals with the kids all day long, I know what I see. I mean, none of it justifies you trying to take your own parents out. Maybe this child is dealing with mental health issues. Maybe he's dealing with substance abuse issues. I don't know. I don't know. It might be they were arguing about money. It may very well be that. That's just I'm glad she's okay. Well, when I say okay, in stable condition, she ain't okay, but I'm glad that I'm glad this didn't take her out or more serious injuries. But we this is so sad. So sad. Terrence said it seems like a mental health issue compounded by substance abuse. Yeah. 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 Oh, wow. Okay. All right, you guys, we're getting ready to get into this Tuskegee conversation. Ugh! Again, let me remind you of all the things. I'll do it real quick, but let me remind you of all the things. You can still get on this cruise in February. Again, until the ship is sold out, or it ain't too late. We have November the 28th is when your final payment is due. You can make a deposit of $200. That still give you 2 or 3 months to pay for it. The prices are still really, really good. It's a 4-day cruise leaving out of Miami, going to Grand Cayman, coming back to Miami. It is Super Bowl / Valentine's Day weekend. You get a 2-for-1. Everybody's happy. The men can go watch the football game and still have some romantic time with their lady. Okay. It's a perfect weekend. Okay. Books and Bourbon, which is the weekend of October the 24th. If you are planning to join us again, you can come and hang out with us for free. You don't have to pay nothing other than, your hotel room and all that kind of stuff. But if you want to do the VIP package with us, which includes the tour of the Louisville Slugger Museum and a tasting at the restaurant next door, you get a miniature Louisville Slugger. Saturday, the actual book festival. And then Saturday evening, we're going to be going to, afternoon, we're going to be going to Bro Brothers, which is a Black-owned distillery. And then we'll be probably going to dinner somewhere. Again, nothing real fancy. We ain't trying to do no, white cloth in your lap, fancy type of thing. We just want to fellowship and hang out and be able to talk and have a good time. The hotel has last year, Friday night, we hung out in the lobby. We ordered from the restaurant, at the hotel, and we ate in when I say lobby, it's really it's like a restaurant setting, but it's in the lobby area. They had tables that were long enough. I think we sat at 2 of the tables, and it was enough space for us to stretch out among the 2 tables, and we were able to talk and laugh and joke, and the bar was open and we had food. And then Saturday night, we found a restaurant that was in walking distance of the hotel. So if you guys want to hang, and it includes a t-shirt and swag from the book fair. Last year, everybody got a book from one of the authors that were at the book fair. The book festival. And I know Cajun was able to get all of his books signed. Every book that he bought, he was able to get signed because the authors are there. So if you buy the book, you're able to talk to them, kind of find out what the book is about, where it's coming from. And I got my book signed as well. The books that I purchased, I got them signed as well. There it is right there. Tracy has the information in the chat if you want to get on the Freedom of the Seas with us. We are still going to Alaska. That is August. That's almost a year from now. August of 2027. That's a 7-day cruise leaving out of Seattle, Washington. For those of you that have already booked the cruise, I will have the hotel information by the end of August. Where the hotel that I'm going to be staying at and Cruise is going to be staying at. Again, you are free to stay at whatever hotel you want to stay at. If the hotel we pick does not meet your liking, if you have rewards points at a different location and you want to stay at a different location, by all means, stay where you're comfortable. But I'm just letting you guys know where I'm going to be. So there's that. And a lot of the hotels do have the shuttles to the dock for the cruise, just like in Miami. So a lot of the hotels have the shuttle there. So we'll have that information for you guys at the end of August. The t-shirt information for the cruise will also be available during the month of August. I'm gonna try to have that information for you sometime in the next 2 weeks so you guys can start buying your t-shirts if you want one. If you would like a t-shirt, you can purchase your t-shirt if you would like one. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy put the books and bourbon, the Google Doc in there. She also has the link for the hotel where we're going to all be staying. Again, I do not know how many hotels. I don't think we had that many rooms left, but you can always let me know if you go on their website and there are no more rooms left. Let me know. I'll see if I can get us that rate for more rooms. The field trip is next weekend. I cannot wait. We'll be hanging out with El Teddy in New York with Tracy and the crew. I'm riding up on the train with my crew, and I'm excited about the train ride. I think that's going to be a good little pregame before we get there. And I'm looking forward to that as well. So, yeah, we got some stuff coming up, you guys. Now, let's get into this Tuskegee situation. There's the link for the Alaska cruise. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate you, baby. Appreciate you. And if you want all of this information is in the Discord. Now, I'm going to be honest, I ain't in the Discord a lot. But all of this information is in the Discord. Where what, D? What you saying where to? All right, let's get into this Tuskegee situation. So Tuskegee has announced a new dress code for students coming into Tuskegee for this school year. Let's get into it. The HBCU is tightening its attendance and okay, hold on. Tuskegee University's new dress code bans bonnets, do-rags, and bedroom shoes in class. The HBCU is also tightening its attendance and cell phone policy as part of a broader push to prepare students for life after graduation. Students will be expected to put down their phones, show up for class, and leave certain casual clothing in their dorm rooms under a new set of campus policies. In a message addressed to parents of incoming students, Tuskegee President Dr. Mark A. Brown announced new expectations governing student attire, attendance, and cell phone use ahead of the upcoming academic year. The Alabama HBCU dress code prohibits students from wearing revealing clothing in classrooms, dining areas, and official university settings, including convocation. Bedroom shoes, bonnets, and do-rags will also be prohibited in classrooms and the university cafeteria. Students attending business meetings and other professional events will be expected to wear business suits and appropriate shoes. Brown said the changes are not intended to prevent students from enjoying their college experience. Instead, he presented the policies as part of Tuskegee's responsibility to prepare its students for professional environments after graduation. The goal here is not meant to restrict students from enjoying the Tuskegee experience, but to prepare them with a solid foundation for the workforce that they will enter once they leave Tuskegee. The new dress requirements could revive a familiar conversation within Black communities about respectability, professionalism, and the role HBCUs should play in shaping how students present themselves. Okay, then it goes on to talk about the role of HBCUs and so forth and so on. Let me tell y'all something. Ooh. There's absolutely, positively, absolutely positively nothing you can say to me to make me think this is a bad idea. Full stop. I have seen people online bending over backwards defending this. I even saw where somebody was trying to compare bonnets to religious coverings. They actually showed a picture of women that have their hair covered, the Amish, Jewish women who have their hair covered for religious purposes, comparing that to a bonnet or a do-rag. It's not the fucking same. And there's nothing you can say to me to convince me that it is the same. It is an ignorant argument. Look, let me explain something to you guys. They didn't say that the kids couldn't wear bonnets. They didn't say they couldn't wear the do-rags. They said they can't wear them to class. And they can't wear them in the cafeteria. I'm trying to understand what the problem is with that. What is the problem with expecting students who we are preparing for the real world to come to class prepared to learn? I don't understand the problem. I was speaking with a professor at Bowie, and she said she was having the same problem with her classes at Bowie, where she's literally stopping kids at the door like, oh, absolutely not. You're not coming in my classroom like that. I don't agree with the change for going to the cafeteria. Like, why does it matter in the cafeteria? Because again, when you leave out of the house, you're supposed to be dressed for outside. Wearing your pajamas and your slippers into the cafeteria, to me, I don't want to see it in my cafeteria. Let me tell y'all something. I went to Bennett College. Y'all know I graduated from Bennett College in 1996. We couldn't wear pajamas into the cafeteria in 1992 through 1996 when I went to Bennett. And we got up to go to breakfast. We had to put on clothes. We had to put on clothes or they wasn't letting us in. It is nasty. I agree. I think wearing slippers and your pajamas, I think it's nasty. Listen, that's me, y'all. So I don't have a problem with none of it. I don't have a problem with none of it. When I went to Bennett, we had to have a white dress, a black dress, a black pair of shoes, and a white pair of shoes. Because we were expected, at Bennett, we had something called ACEs. We had something called ACEs. It was on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We could not go into the chapel with pants on. And when we had convocation, certain convocations we had to wear white, certain convocations we had to wear black. That was the attire. That was the expectation. And you supposed to wear stockings. Now, I ain't going to tell y'all no lie. I did bend that rule. I bent that rule a lot. I bent that rule. Me and stockings. To this day, I hate wearing stockings. I have to wear stockings to my Eastern Star meetings, and I hate them now. Ooh, listen. I wear thigh high or knee high in a minute. A thigh high and a knee high in a minute. But we had to dress for chapel. We could not go into the chapel with pants on. They would stop us. You can't come in because that was the expectation. Because listen. I understand that we have created a relaxed environment, but that's not, y'all. I don't understand. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. If you're going into your own kitchen in your pajamas, fine. But if you're going into a common space with other people, I don't understand the problem Like, why are we tied to our... Maybe I need to have that conversation. Why are we so tied to these bonnets? Maybe that's where I need to start. Why are we so tied to these fucking bonnets? Why can't we take the bonnet off of our head? The purpose of a bonnet is to protect your hair while you are sleeping. It ain't a 24-hour protection, because if you always have the bonnet on, then what are you doing with your hair? That's what maybe y'all can explain that to me. Can y'all explain to me why we so fucking married to these bonnets? I said the other day, I think part of it is because people, kids, adults, women, whatever, part of it is that we don't do our hair anymore. We braid our hair, we put these wigs on, we put these weaves on, we weaves in our hair. So then when we don't know how to do our own hair, then we put a bonnet on and we going about our business. And I think that's and y'all, I know I'm gonna make some people mad, but I think that's lazy as fuck. Comb your fucking hair. Put it in a ponytail. It's okay. Back in the day, it was okay to put your hair in a ponytail. I don't know why people act like a ponytail is a problem now. I would much rather see a child walk in my classroom with a neat ponytail than a bonnet on their head or a fucking scarf. Sorry, not sorry. Pajamas are not outside attire. Why are you going into a public space in your fucking pajamas? I told y'all the other day, if I see somebody in pajamas in the middle of the day, I think they ain't washed their ass. Me either, Nikita. Me either. We could not go outside with rollers back when people used to roll their hair up. Baby, I couldn't go outside with rollers in their hair. My mama, I wish I could call my mama right now, and my mama be like, absolutely not. I was not allowed. Hold on, what Terrence say? The same generation that told these kids you go to school to learn is not a fashion show are now mad that they aren't. Now, Terrence, absolutely not. I'm not, absolutely not. That is not the same thing, sir. That is not the same thing. Telling kids it's not a fashion show was addressing the culture of labels and kids feeling like if they didn't have on the right outfit or they didn't have the right designer on, then they could not go to school. That is not the same, sir. Wearing a bonnet is not the same as not having some Jordache jeans. Absolutely not. We are not going to make that comparison. Walking into somebody's classroom in pajamas and a bonnet is disrespectful as fuck on a college campus. I'm sorry. You can't brush your teeth, slide on some sweatpants and a t-shirt and put on a bra. That's disrespectful as fuck to me. I'm sorry. And I'm not, I mean, if y'all want me to drop the link, I even though we didn't meet the goal, I dropped the link because there's nothing y'all can tell me to make me understand this. And I don't understand why we have a problem in a institute of higher learning holding our kids to a fucking standard. And they didn't say they banning it from campus. They saying you can't go into these two places. And then to say at a business, a function, you have to have on business attire. I want y'all to imagine my Dominique Morgan voice. I want y'all to imagine the president of Tuskegee University hosting a reception, and he invites business majors to come to this reception. He's hosting a reception in the president's house or in, the president's building, whatever it is at Tuskegee. And he invites donors and the board and local business people to this function. And these kids show up in slippers. The girls show up with bonnets on their head. The guys show up with do-rags on their head. And we are literally at a reception where the president has invited the leaders of the community to come and meet our students. And that is what we're presenting to them. The fact that they had to make a rule to tell these kids that when you're coming to a professional function, you have to dress professionally tells me it's a problem. Because the reality is, if they were showing up appropriately, they wouldn't need to make the rule. Sometimes university college staff escort the visitors around, right? A function is one thing, class is another, especially classes that I'm paying for. So you feel like kids should just be able to show up however they show up? Well, I disagree. Do we think so little of Black students at HBCUs that they don't know how to pick the right attire for the right occasion? Clearly they don't, Candace, because they're not doing it. Clearly they don't. Well, Terrence, this is where me and you disagree. Because in my class, I told y'all my kids can't come to class like that now. So what's the difference between me not allowing my high school students to come into my classroom with a bonnet on and a college student walking into a classroom with a bonnet on? What's the difference? Just because you're paying tuition doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want. You pay tuition, but you don't get to go onto a college campus and do whatever the fuck you want to do anywhere else. There are rules everywhere. There are guidelines everywhere. You don't get to, public does not matter. If you are paying tuition at a college campus, guess what? You don't get to pick whatever dorm room you want. You get the dorm room they give you. You don't get to say, well, I'm paying for this, so I want that room over there. You don't get to do that. Hell, on some college campuses, you don't even get to pick what dorm you live in. You pay your deposit, they put your name in a hat, and they tell you where the hell your ass is going to be. When I went to college my freshman year, there were 3 freshman dorms. I didn't know which dorm I was going to be in. I was in the dorm that they gave me. I was in the room that they gave me. Hell, I was with the roommate they gave me. So just because I'm paying tuition doesn't mean I get to do whatever the fuck I want to do. There are rules everywhere. And just because you're paying doesn't mean you get to walk into somebody's classroom looking like you fucking rolled over and didn't brush your goddamn teeth. I'm sorry. You paying does not excuse you coming to class looking like you just. I don't understand y'all. I don't understand this. I am so confused at the people who think it's okay to be in public in something you slept in. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Right. Freshmen couldn't have cars on campus at a lot of schools. It's your car. You pay for it or your parents pay for it. You paying tuition, but I bet you follow the rule or you got to deal with the consequences, meaning your car might get towed. Like, there are rules everywhere. Just because you're paying doesn't give you a right to do whatever the fuck you want to do. The cafeteria doesn't open until 6 o'clock. If you get up at 5 o'clock and you want to eat, you don't get to go in the cafeteria and make your own breakfast. You can't say, well, I paid my tuition. I paid for this food. I get to eat whatever I want to eat. No, the fuck you don't. You follow the rules. And guess what? You ain't got to send your kids in Tuskegee. Send them somewhere else. Right. I went to private school. My parents paid for my tuition all my life. I bet you what I didn't do was walk in there and do what the fuck I wanted to do. I bet you I followed their rules. I bet you I wore a uniform every day. Oh, I wish I would have shown up to my high school out of uniform. I was getting sent home and they wasn't going to refund my parents for that day. You think they said, oh, well, we're going to credit you back for this day because, you know, we had to send her home today because she wasn't in the proper uniform. We're going to credit her. You think that's how that works? And I'm gonna be fair. A friend of mine, he's a consultant. We work together. We used to be co-workers, and he's became a principal, and then he started his own education like consultant company. So he goes into different schools, and he said the same should be said about the adults, and I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Now I'm gonna be listen. To be fair, I don't wear a suit to work every day. Absolutely not. I'd be a liar to tell y'all that I wear a suit to work every day. I sure don't. Most days I wear slacks, a polo shirt, a t-shirt. I wear a blouse. Very seldom wear skirts anymore. I used to wear skirts and dresses to work. I very seldom wear skirts and dresses to work anymore. Very seldom. However, I have coworkers that I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking when you put that on this morning? Like me wearing jeans and a t-shirt, some might say, well, that's not professional as a teacher. Okay, that's fine. But I've seen teachers with their bellies out. I'm sorry. What? Why am I looking at your belly? That's not appropriate. That's not appropriate. Cleavage out. That's not appropriate. Oh no, I know you're not trying to change my mind. I know you're not trying to change my mind, and I'm not trying to change your mind. I just don't understand. I still love y'all though. I just don't understand. My brain can't wrap around the fact that y'all are defending this. That's what I just don't understand. I really don't. I just don't. I don't get it. But I ain't trying to change nobody's mind. I just don't understand. I really don't. And that's being real honest. I do not understand. And you in the military, like you can't show up however you want to show up in the military, Terrence, or former military. Like you can't, like I don't understand. I don't understand it. My brain just don't wrap around it. It's not about how you're learning. Terrence isn't military. Oh, is it? Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. It's not about how you're learning. It is about what is acceptable in what setting. That is a part of us teaching you. A part of my job as a teacher is to prepare you for the world. It is to prepare you for the world. So when y'all walk into McDonald's, for the people who go in McDonald's, when y'all walk into public spaces and these young kids don't know how to talk, don't know how to present themselves, they look crazy as hell, they won't put their cell phone down. All of that is a product of them not getting the lesson somewhere along the way. Part of my job is to prepare them for that. That's how I feel. Do teachers have dress codes? It depends on the school district. We here in Maryland and Virginia, Maryland and DC, no. Maryland and DC don't. No, they don't. They don't have dress codes. But some school districts do. It's district by district. Some school district teachers aren't allowed to wear jeans, and that it's district by district. But here in our area, Correct, no. But I mean, if you're inappropriate, I mean, your principal can send you home if it's inappropriate. Right. See, Yana said in her school district they do. So that's a district by district thing. Advocating for laziness is nasty work. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Yeah, they were paying to look a certain way. I bucked a lot of what seemed to be arbitrary BS once I became an NCO. Okay. But the rule was there though. Okay. At an HBCU, the task is to prepare you beyond the textbook. It is to prepare every aspect of young Black students into young Black professionals. That's how I feel about it. Plenty of lazy people looking rich. Wait a minute. Plenty of lazy looking people rich. Plenty of lazy looking people. I think you mean to say are rich. Are you saying that plenty of lazy looking people are rich? Yeah, but these students aren't. And even the ones that may come from affluent families, They still have to be able to walk into spaces and present themselves in a professional way. When I was in high school, I worked part-time at a record store. The manager would let people fill out applications and then throw them in the trash if they weren't dressed appropriate. I was taught that back in the day, you had to actually go in and ask for an application. And that was one of the first things I was taught. I don't know if my mother taught it to me or if a teacher taught it to me. I'm going to be honest and tell you that. I don't know if I got this lesson at home or if I got this lesson at school. But I remember the lesson was, before you go out here and you go into these different people's establishment asking for job applications, you need to make sure that you look presentable. You need to make sure that you're dressed professionally. Make sure that you're polite. When you walk in there, hi, are you guys hiring? Okay, is it possible that I could get an application? And may I speak to the manager, please? I was always told, introduce yourself to the manager. Hi, my name is so-and-so. I just wanted to introduce myself. I just got an application. I'm going to be returning it back tomorrow. I just wanted to say hi. That's what I was taught. And I was taught when you walk into those people's establishment and you ask for a job application, you look the part. That's what I was taught. And in my opinion, when you are in somebody's college classroom, that is a professional setting. To me. Class is and again, ain't nobody saying they got to wear 3-piece suits, y'all. Y'all acting like these people are acting like they can wear t-shirts and sneakers and jeans and sweatpants and sweatsuits and hoodies. They can wear all that shit. They just can't wear a fucking bonnet and pajamas. I don't understand why I'm so confused. Professional is very subjective. I agree with you on that. And that's why I'm saying, like, Tuskegee didn't say these kids had to wear suits to class. Tuskegee said, you just can't come in here in your pajamas and your slippers and your bonnets. That's all they said to the people. That's all they said to the people. And y'all are acting like they told these people they got to wear ball gowns and tuxedos to class. All they told them was that they can't wear pajamas, slippers, and bonnets. I don't see it. I don't understand it. I'm so confused. I still love y'all, but I'm confused by it. I ain't gonna tell y'all no truth. Yeah, they can wear a hat. They can put a ball cap on. Ain't nobody say they can't wear a hat. They can put a ball cap on their head. You can take the bonnet off, put a hat on, keep it moving. And before somebody say, well, what's the difference? The difference is a bonnet is indoor attire. A hat is outdoor attire. That's the difference. Bonnet, indoors. Hat, outdoors. Listen, just last year I went to a job fair and saw a young man in what looked like his prom suit. I wasn't even mad. He tried and everybody else was looking raggedy. He stood out. Baby, let me tell y'all something. When I was in college, many a Saturday morning, my ass was hungover, might have just walked. Shit, there was sometimes we came back to campus and we literally, we were like, shit, the cafeteria gonna open at an hour. And we would literally just stay up for an hour. We would literally, Kim, don't play that game with me. Don't do that. Because that's gonna piss me off. Because you know what I mean. Talking about most classrooms are indoors. You know what the fuck. Don't do that. Because now you're gonna piss me off. But literally, there would be times when we would literally just like, oh, we might as well just stay up. Sometimes I woke up, I was like, shit, the cafeteria gonna close in 30 minutes. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. There was sometimes I went to the cafeteria and I hadn't brushed my teeth. But I tell you what I did have on, I had on clothes. I'd be like, shit, let me put on my bra real quick and throw on some jeans and a t-shirt and run in here and get me some damn breakfast. I brush my teeth when I get back. Because I only got but 20 minutes to get there. Kim. Moral of the story, don't wear sleep attire to class. Child. I had on clothes and a hat with my quick weave snatched to the back. Listen, I don't get it, but I guess that's what makes the world go round, child. That's what makes the world go round. Everybody different. Mm. But I ain't got no problem with it, and I hope more schools pick it up. I know at Bennett College, I better not walk in Bennett College classroom and see nobody no goddamn bonded. I know that. I know that. I hope more schools pick it up. And then again, they also added an attendance policy and a cell phone policy. I don't hear nobody fighting about that. Me either, Quake. Me either. And then that was another thing I saw. People were like, it's a part of our culture. No, it's not. Why bonnets a part of a culture? Bonnets are just the new invention of do-rag. I mean, of scarves. Cell phones hinder learning. Being in a bonnet and pajamas hinder you learning the proper attire. It hinders you understanding what proper attire is. It hinders your growth as well. My school said if you don't show up to 80% of your classes, you'll get dropped, as it should be. I especially hope the HBCU pick it up. It's time out for teaching our youth that whatever the white kids do, they should aspire to. Why do we want to aspire to that mess? You said cap, it is. Again, it is because these kids think that, listen, these kids think it's okay. They don't, these are the same kids that will absolutely show up at work like that. Absolutely show up to work like that. I know people who are out here to work in the workforce working with these young kids, and they absolutely show up to work like that. They show up to work inappropriately dressed. They show up to work acting inappropriate, using inappropriate language, being rude, being disrespectful, don't want to do their job, don't want to halfway show up for work. It is absolutely part of learning, teaching our kids to be ready for the real world. It is absolutely a part of it. You can't learn if you're not there, and cell phones are a distraction in the learning environment. These are old policies. Those, well, no, it sounds, they said that they added something to it. They probably didn't have a cell phone policy. They probably didn't. Most places don't have. I mean, cell phone policies are pretty new, or at least the enforcement of them is pretty new. Now, as far as attendance, I'm sure there was an attendance policy, but there's probably a different enforcement because I'm telling you, these kids ain't. The kids don't come to high school. I damn sure know they ain't showing up for college. They think that all they have to do is log in, do the work, and that's it because they are COVID kids. These are our COVID babies. So then once COVID hit and all kids had to do was log into a computer and do the work, and they didn't have to physically go into a classroom, it has been very hard to train them to go back into a classroom. So a lot of these kids, just like they not showing up for high school, they're probably not showing up for college either. So there's probably a different enforcement of the attendance policy than what was. College is designed to prepare you for the real world. You are required to be presentable in the workplace, no better place to reinforce it is college. I agree. My teacher forbade cell phones until she said we could pull them out. She would absolutely dock our grade. Yeah, I do my best to do that in my classroom. It don't always work, but I graduated high school in 2004 in Virginia Beach. We had a cell phone policy, even with our Metro roll to talk about. Yeah, but a lot of school districts didn't, and the ones that didn't enforce them. So they're doing it. Some school districts are doing a better job of enforcing them. the policy. They absolutely use AI for their work. They don't study. Child, listen, the AI work is a whole situation. Did y'all use the video of the girls doing hair at the crumble cookie? I didn't, but I saw it. They were sitting there doing their hair at work. I told you I had a kid. I mean, they do it. They try to They try to do it in class with me. I can't speak for other teachers, but they're not allowed to do it. But I've had kids try to do each other's hair in class. I've had kids pull out lashes and try to put their lashes on in the middle of class. Like I've all of those things. But you have to stop it. Child, yes, they were doing hair on the clock down to the crumble cookie. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, lashes, honey. Child, these kids, y'all. Ooh, baby. The stories, the stories, the stories. Yes, it's all the things they got going on in class, honey. Lashes in class sounds like a bacterial infection waiting to happen. Child, they be trying to do it. They go in the bathroom, child. They do all kinds of stuff in them nasty ass bathrooms. Can we talk about how some parents are not instilling what some think are basic life skills in their children? Well, they not. That's why they come to school with bonnets on. Because my mother would never. I wish I would walk out the house with a damn bonnet or tell my mother I'm going to school. I wish I would. Now we did our government teacher's niece's hair, but it was Saturday school to make up for the snow days we had. We did our government teacher's niece's hair. Sure. I only did lashes in class when my work was complete, but I went to Duke. Okay. I would still be laying on the floor if I told my mom I was going to school with a bonnet. Child. Sure. Whatever. Sure. All right. Well, let me get ready to get over here. Let me ask you something at the SME. What does that mean? What is SME? I don't know what SME means, Terrence. I'm old. What do you think students to do if their work is complete? What do you ask? Oh, what do you ask your students to do if their work is complete? It depends on the situation. First of all, a lot of times they say their work is done and it's not. First thing I'm gonna say is, well, let me check it. Oh, subject matter expert. Oh, see, oh, everybody knows what that means except for me. Sorry, didn't know what that meant. First thing I'm gonna do is say, let me check it. Because they always say they done with their work. And the minute you say, let me check it, generally they be like, well, wait a minute, let me look at it again. Yeah, look at it again. So that's number one. If I check it and it really is done, it depends on how much time is left in class. If it's only a few minutes left in class, I mean, we got 10 minutes left in class. You can chill out for 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes left. If they're finished their work and there's like a lot of time left in class, then one, I need to reevaluate the level of rigor for this particular student. Maybe this student is more of an advanced student. Maybe this student understood this situation more, because if they're 30 minutes done, but the rest of the class is still working, then that's something I need to look at with that particular student. But the first thing I'm going to do is say, let me check it. Because generally that changes. Once I say, let me check it, it's generally a different, they ain't done. They ain't really done. Or they didn't do it correctly. They just rushed through it to be done. So. Yeah, I got it now. SME, as subject matter expert. I don't know why. Y'all, everybody knew that but me. I'm an old lady. I don't know. I didn't know what that was, child. Yeah, that is a big difference. That when we were growing up, we went and got our hair done, our natural hair, our hair, even if it was in a perm or whatever. So a lot of these kids, they're getting these weaves, they're getting braids, they're getting wigs. They don't know what to do with their natural hair. They don't know how to do their own hair. And I think that's why that's an old acronym. Well, it clearly ain't old enough for me because I don't know it. I just didn't know it, y'all. You know, sorry, didn't know it. But I think that's why there's such a reliance on these bonnets, because these kids don't know how to do their own hair. So you're in college and having a problem with a course. Are you going to the professor's office in your bedclothes? Well, clearly they are, and clearly there's some people in the chat that don't think it's a problem. Thank you, Yana. Yana said she didn't know what it was either. Thank you. It's a technical term. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. And again, I mean, I don't expect to change people's mind. We've had this conversation multiple times. I just don't understand it. But that's life. Everybody's different. That's what makes the world go round, child. But don't come in my classroom like that. You're not getting in the door. Go and talk to somebody. I don't care who you're going to talk to. You ain't coming in my classroom like that. Correct, didn't know either. Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Got me feeling stupid. I'm glad I'm not the only one that did know. I don't think the students are showing up to formal school functions inappropriately attired. I don't believe that is happening at Tuskegee despite the school's policy. They are, Candace. I guarantee they are. And I'm going to tell you why I know they are. Because I deal with kids and I know they are. Because at the end of the day, the biggest difference between a Tuskegee freshman and a freshman at Howard or a school around here is distance. They absolutely are. I promise you they are. The same way they're showing up inappropriately to job interviews, the same way they're showing up inappropriately to other professional settings, they absolutely are. Because again, we have lowered the standard and they don't understand the difference between, oh, this is an event that I should wear my slacks and I should iron my khakis and put on some loafers and maybe a button-up shirt They don't understand the difference. They absolutely are. I bet you Tuskegee could probably post pictures showing events, professional events last school year where kids were supposed to dress up and they didn't. I promise you. I will put money on it. I put good money on it that they absolutely are. I promise you they are. Yogi said, I work with interns and I always have to cover attire and professionalism on their first 2 weeks. In their first 2 weeks. I also don't understand why Black people began to take such pride in our appearance. It's still important. Oh, they don't understand yet. When you go back and look at old pictures, like this is one famous picture. I love it. It's a black and white picture. It's a bunch of kids sitting on the hood of a car. Like I think it's like a picture of Harlem in like the 1940s or something. And when I say every single one of them little boys is dressed, and I mean they may have been going to a wedding, they may have been going to church, I don't know. But every single one of those little boys have on a suit and they look clean. And I love that picture. I want to get that print and post it. I love that picture. My principal has to give the leggings speech every year to the new hires because someone always shows up like they still in high school or in the club. Yep. Child them leggings. Like I said, we got some teachers that dress inappropriately too. No, Kim, it wasn't that blacks had to be presentable to be accepted by white folk. It's because blacks they had pride in themselves because they would dress like that to go to church. It wasn't about being presentable for white people. It was about being presentable for themselves. It was about having pride in who you are. It's about walking out the house holding your head up because the white man is going to try to knock you down. But the one thing he can't take away from you is that you look good and that you are clean and that you are fresh and that you have taken pride in how you present yourself to the world. That is what it's about. Because no matter what they do, they can't take that away from us. At PWI, our kids in pajamas, no one says much. So we're setting different standards for black kids. I don't want anybody in pajamas and slippers in class. This is just because Tuskegee put out the policy. I don't want to see none of these kids, white, black, Chinese. I don't care. I think it's inappropriate. Full stop. I don't care about the color. Full stop. For me. I saw pictures of children in the family from the 1930s and 1940s, and the little boys had shirts tucked in with belts and play clothes. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm about to get off of here. Now I'm just reading y'all comments. That's all. I'm about to get off of here. I'm done. I don't have nothing else. Oh, Yana said, if that's what people think, then yes, I'm setting different standards for the children that I birthed. Well, there you go. At one of my local Walmarts, I saw a couple of male employees that pushed the carts in with a bonnet on his head. I get pissed every time I see it. Yep. Listen, same thing at Bennett. Ravine said we have that conversation with Spelman new students every time we have our new student gathering. We tell them stories about when we were there to respect our school by dressing well. Listen, I told y'all when I enrolled at Bennett, that was on my list of things to bring things to bring. I'd have a white dress, black shoes, and white shoes. And even down to graduation, we had to wear black shoes at graduation. Even down to graduation, baby, they would have pulled us out of line. At a college graduation. Absolutely. Absolutely. Same thing with my high school graduation. There was certain things we had to wear at graduation. They would have pulled us out of line. Problem is they don't have pride in anything nowadays. I ain't gonna say they don't have pride in anything, but it definitely is a low bar, in my opinion. It definitely is a low bar. Spelman had to say, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Y'all, I think I need to okay. So look at my nails. I do have a little bit of new growth, but can I get away with that? Or do I need to go get my nails done before I leave? Because I need to get my nails done. If I'm gonna get my nails done, I probably need to get them done today. And I do not feel like going back out here to get my nails done. Y'all think I can get away with this? It's a little bit of new growth, but it ain't bad. Which I think I need to get my nails done, huh? I have a silk scarf, 2 hairpins, and a hair tie. I can wrap my hair in a cute turban in less than 3 minutes. I had to learn when I sweat my hair out the night before. Yeah. Yeah. Go get a fill-in. Yeah. That's what I know. I know. I thought maybe y'all would tell me different. I need to go get my nails done. Y'all, let me get off here so I can go run and get my nails done, child. Let me go on to get my nails done. All right, y'all, let me get out of here. Listen, at the end of the day, we don't always have to agree. And some topics I'm more passionate about than others. But I still love y'all, even the ones that was pissing me off. I still love y'all. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.